Hello, everyone. This is Matthew Farquharson, the Business Motivator, and welcome to yet another episode of the Business Motivation Podcast. This is episode 7, and we are joined by Miss Sade Leird, the founder of Wiggly Wag Dog Beds. Say that 3 times fast. Yes. Sade, can you just please give us a small introduction of yourself?
Well, thank you for that introduction, yourself, Parkinson. Yes, Wiggly Wags Doggy Bed, founder here. Um, a small introduction for myself. I'm very people's person. I'm outgoing. I think that um, I'm very approachable, and I think that I'm easy to get along with. I don't know. What else do you want to know about the business per se as a personality?
All right, that's great. And having that kind of personality and that kind of, good social
Mm-hmm.
interaction is very important for business. And we've mentioned that
Mm-hmm.
before here on the podcast. Yeah, so we were speaking a little bit before we started recording, and I was telling you that this business really got me intrigued because I don't see it very often in Jamaica. What really got you going? Like, what really inspired you to start this business? Because I believe it's a good idea.
Okay. Funny enough, like everybody else wants to start a business, right? I kind of play with the thought. You're like there, you're saying to yourself, what is it I would like to venture into? How is it that I would do such and, And I was there just playing with the thoughts, and I had a couple girlfriends that are doing their small businesses just as well. And they was like, you could do this, you could do that, and so on and forth. But I sat on this for like 2 years. I had a note, whatever, with this same business here, like for like 2 years. And boom, here comes COVID, home, bored, not doing anything. And I'm like, I think it's time for me to start this business. I really think it's time for me to like start a little thing, right? And see how far it goes. But before all of that, though, what I was saying that I sat on this for like 2 years. I was here one evening, like on my television, watching a series, and there was this person with their dog bed in the while watching the series. I was like, But there's a lot of people here with dogs, but nobody with like beds and little accessories like those. I think I know you have like um little, what do you call those things that they grooming, and those little
Hmm.
places that do those little things. I know there's a lot of those, and there's people who pride themselves in their pets as well, their dogs and their cats and stuff like that. I was like, this make a good business in Jamaica, you know that? And so
Yeah.
that's how I sat on it for like, I sat on it for a couple of years, and I was like, really, should I really? And I said it to one of my girlfriends, and she was like, you know, so that is a good business. And I said, you think so too? And she was like, yeah. And it just started, and then I just wiggly wags.
The rest is
Yeah.
history. All right,
History.
awesome. Like that is a very good example of somebody seeing a need in the market and fulfilling that need. Because
Mm-hmm.
when when your friend told me to follow your page on Instagram, when I saw it, I'm like, why didn't I think of this? You know? So I mean, I guess because I'm not really a pet person.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't raised with pets in the house or in the yard.
Okay.
So I guess that's why the thought didn't come to me. But it's a good thing it came to you. And again, she mentioned that the pandemic being, just there, looking around, it gives you the time to think. And this
Right.
this that I am doing right now is as a result
Right.
of the pandemic as
Exactly.
well.
Exactly. Yeah, many businesses were a case of the pandemic, so kind of in a sense it's like a good thing and a bad thing in a way. You get what I mean? I say because there were a
Right.
lot of persons like myself who was there sitting on a thought and didn't think to capitalize on it until this pandemic. We say, you know what, we need to do something else other than a 9 to 5.
Right, right. And I mean,
Get this thing going.
many persons, have lost their job because of the situation.
Right.
Some
Right.
people,
Right.
it's hard to find jobs because of the situation. So we can't just be idle. So meanwhile, we look in the jobs, or meanwhile, we have the jobs. We can still do something. And,
Right.
I really commend you for making that move because, trust me, brilliant move. The name sounds a bit funny.
Yeah.
Wiggly Wag. Why that name?
Funny enough, you ask, first of all, when, like I said, I was playing on the business and the thought of the business and stuff like that. And then when I initially started it, it was just doggy beds. It was just
Okay.
doggy beds, nothing to it. And then often like I saw like persons gravitating to it and getting interested in the business. I was like, you know what, I need to come with a name. So I started researching. I started on Google and I started looking at names and stuff like that. What would flow, what would catch my eye, whatever. I play on some words and then I forwarded it to a couple of people just the same. And this was what stuck to most persons.
Well, yeah, I mean, you
I
can't
mean,
really forget it
it
after you hear it.
it kind of is like, but the thing with it right now is that it's kind of have like more of a dog instead of like a whole, like a variety, like like let's say cats and everybody, included. But in a sense, it kind of is meant to mean the dogs, but we never really wanted to be like just a dog, or we're not just for dogs. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you're
But
saying.
then the name just like there. Maybe who knows? Maybe down in the future I've changed it again or so on. But I don't know. But that's how the name Wiggly Wags came about.
All right, awesome. Yeah, well, we'll see what happens. In
Honestly.
terms of that name change, but in Jamaica, I mean, I think people pay more attention to their dogs and their cats because how cats are. They tend to just do what they feel like. They would just be here and then they just leave and then they come back hours later. And so, in my opinion, I don't know for sure. They seem to be more of kind of a rogue type nature that they just do what they feel like. Dogs are more loyal in a sense that they would stay in the yard or in the house or whatever. So yeah. So
I guess
this is
it. I guess you'd have to
go ahead.
spay the cat. Sorry, but I guess you'd have to spay the cat for them to stay inside because I always want to go outside to get the touch from. That's why.
Yes, and
That's why.
we know cats are great escape artists. So it's like you can't really keep them inside. They're gonna
Right.
find their way out. All right, good. So you saw a need and you decided to fulfill that need, and you said something else that really, you know, spoke to me. You said you had other friends who were in business as well. And I always tell people that you have to surround yourself with like-minded people because they're gonna help elevate you to another level, right? Because cause you had a friend that encouraged you to start it. Suppose that wasn't, a good friend. And they say, no, don't start nothing, man. How foolish is that? And then they go behind your back and start the business. There are people out there like that. And so it's good to have good friends that will encourage you to do the right thing and, are of like mind that will elevate you. I cannot, stress that enough. So you are one of those business owners that actually started making money, started a business during the pandemic. And this should provide some encouragement to those who are considering, going into business because even though the pandemic situation is so bad, there's still a way in which you can do something for yourself. We don't want people to just give up like that and say, it's too
Right.
rough, I'm not doing anything. No, there's still, where there's a will, there is a way. But I'm sure this journey wasn't a bed of roses, and it probably still isn't. So, I mean, have you encountered any challenges in terms of this business? And if so, I mean, how have you found a way to endure?
Um, just like any business, like anything that you're doing in this in your life, you're going to face challenges. Whether it's a new job, or new position, you're going to have challenges. And of course, there were a couple of challenges that I faced. And before I answer that one, when you pertaining to the friends, when you say your friends them really play a part in your life or your business or so on and forth. When there were a couple that I told when I had the idea first, and there were a couple that was like, dog bed, what is that you're talking about? That never made no sense. Like they were the naysayers just the same that were friends. And even now with the scene that you're doing a little thing and stuff like that, they still like laugh at the business team. We're like, what is that you're doing or whatever? You get what I'm saying? And then you have the business minded ones that those are the ones that are pushing me. There's some days that I feel like I don't even know what I'm doing. Some days I feel like I am way ahead, like, what me take on? What me really take on? We don't even know what we're doing that. And yeah, and they're like the ones like, girl, do this, you need to do this to promote your business, you need to do this. Like those persons are the ones who encourage you who also have their business. Those are the ones that make you feel like okay, you're doing something where you don't understand certain things. They're the one that pushing the challenges. I face a lot of challenges. One of the challenges was financial resources. Another of the challenge that I faced was like how you say like how you go about doing certain stuff like your packaging, your labeling, your
Okay.
branding and stuff like that. Those are the things that you don't really know what to do first. So you kind of like was there is like okay, then you did it this way first, and then you realize that okay, then you need to do it another way because as the business grow, you finally seeing that certain things that you used to do, you can't do it no more because it's like certain levels to the business now where you have to like um gravitate to and move with the time. So there were certain challenges, but mainly was like financial, like capital to start the business and so on forth. And like when you have to budget, when you have to like, okay, then what do I need? Do I need this? And then another thing, you can have the product on you ask the questions that the people in them want the product, and then the product you get product, and then the product just sit on you for a while, and then you just have to like find ways like promoting or find ways like incorporate it with the sale or some sort so it can like come off of your hand so you can get new stocks to come. Like a lot of different challenges that you face.
Yeah, man. It's just a part of the game. And
Mm-hmm.
I often say that this business lifestyle is not really for everyone. And the reason why I do say that is because it takes a high degree of discipline in order to maintain a business.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's right.
you have to be very aware of what is going on and keep track of your business. And of course that requires some level of diligence because you see if you're too much of an impulsive person, you're not gonna last. So what I try to do on this platform is to encourage persons to change their mindset if they want to get involved in this business world because I don't like to see people starting business and then you just decide to quit out of the blue. Sometimes people do that.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, if they want some kind of advocate, there are people like me. And Monifia Maitland, who I spoke to the other day, we have a new show on the channel. You should check that out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so guys, these things will come. And going back to the naysayers, I do have a bit to say about them as well. A lot of the times, it's often said that people fear or people criticize what they don't understand.
Right.
And many times, when you have a vision that is above what the average person would think, they don't really see it, and it just don't make any sense to them. I mean, they're saying what with dog beds and all this just sounds so stupid.
Right, exactly.
But you have to look beyond the surface level, because they wouldn't have known that you were watching something and you saw a problem and you decided to solve it. They wouldn't have known that.
Right.
They don't really know the whole story. So for those out there who have a lot of naysayers, now constructive criticism is different from naysayers. Let's just get that,
Right, right.
because I'm sure this young lady has gotten a lot of constructive criticism. Those are the words that might sound harsh, but is used to elevate you.
Right, to push you.
Right. Then the naysayers are just there to discourage you. They don't try to elevate you, they don't try to encourage, nothing like that. So you have to know how to, decipher which one, is different from which. Now that you started this business, Miss Laird, um, I would want to hear at least one, good testimony of how your business has made an impact on someone
On someone?
or people. It's up to you which testimony you want to share.
I mean, you mean like a customer or
Yes,
like
yes, of
personal
course.
or a customer?
Right.
Okay. Let me see. There's a lot of times where they do amaze me. Like there's a lot of time where even though I am the one who doing the business and they like surprise me most time. And when I say surprise me in a sense like the purchase, and when the purchase on 3 beds one time, 4 beds one time. And you're
Wow.
like, yes. And you're like, when these things happen, you're like, oh my gosh, like those are the little stuff that motivate me to keep going because then I realize, oh my gosh, the business really do it's what you would say, it's people or it's followers or whatever you call it. It's customers.
Right.
The Wiggly Wag really have customers out there. Like a lot of times you will see some of them like when they DM me or contact me or over where they contact me and they be like, how much is for this or how much is for that, and like we in conversation and we're talking and so on forth and they be like, say I really your feedback, your personality is just like your customer service is like A1 and I really like that about you and I'm going to look for something else to buy from you just because of the way you handle things. I've had cases where beds like when person purchasing beds like dog beds or cat beds or whichever one. I asked them what type of dogs they would have, or what type of dogs. If it's a medium sized, so I can best advise them the type of bed that they would need and the size because is that everyone going to know the size of the bed, the type of the bed, are so on forth. So I try like educate them in a little sense about that. And then like I've had this opportunity once where the person was like, "Oh, I like this one," and I said, "Okay, then, but this one will do better." And I'm like, "No, man, I like this one." In the sense, I send the one that they would like. I would send to them and everything, but then when they get it, it's like it's too small for the dog. And they're like, "Oh, I'm sorry about that. Can I have another one or whatever?" Refund. I was like, "It's no problem," and so on forth. And those are the gestures and so on forth where you can exchange and stuff like that. Like really give them a little, I don't know, a little something. Keep making them come back for like more stuff from the Wiggly Ones, I always say. But they mainly inspire me to keep going. They mainly make me let me want to continue the business too. The
Wow.
feedback that I get, the 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 support that I get from them, it just let Wiggly Wax keep in business. They are the ones that really let me trust me. If it's me alone by myself, sometimes I still say the business as a whole, like the whole thing is just so overwhelming, and you really have to be determined to know, say, listen, this is what you want. You have to just know, say, it's not an overnight success. And then I can just come tomorrow. You just have to just keep going at it until a perfect craft and you reach where you want to reach. More I really was reach where we wanted to reach, more our persons are come by to a warehouse, whatever stuff like them look at it. They look at the things that I have
Yeah.
towards it. Like I mean, it's a nobody, and people always say to me, say, you need to like hurry up and do more because there are persons out there watching it, and there are going to be persons that coming after it. But I'm like, even if persons come after me or copy certain things, there's no one like Wiggly Wag. Wiggly Wag is the like the first to do it. Just like how you have all different type of bread on the shelf, but they all sell.
Right.
There's always room for other businesses to come. So it really doesn't
Awesome.
matter. As long as you have your customers and your
Awesome.
base.
Yes, I do have a few comments to say about all that you just said.
Mm-hmm.
Going back to the whole encouragement thing. Yes, I can say the same. Um, I would sometimes wonder if anybody is listening and stuff like that. Somebody would say, for a time like this, your thing is important. And I say, really? You really think so?
Right.
And, it's really encouraging me to continue. And I don't think I have as many clients as you do, but hopefully I'll get there. I do have some things in the works to be released. So yeah. And going back to that thing where you said, you have so many plans, and it's all about having that higher vision, setting that long-term goal that you want to reach.
Right.
And I mean, I keep mention we mentioned, my friend and I mentioned determine your why, you know, why you started the business and so on and so forth. Because if if you start a business just for money alone, it's gonna really be tough to, you know, it's gonna be harder to maintain that because
Yes.
you're
The
not
money come and go. Money come
right.
and go. So it
Exactly.
really it
You're not attached
have
to
to
it.
be a passion, right? It have to be something that what really make you come into this business, like what really make you do it. I understand what you're saying. Continue, make you finish ask the question.
It wasn't a question. It wasn't really a question. I was just making a few comments. I remember episode 4, I was speaking to Quinel Ning, and yes, he said he attached his business to his life purpose, and that helped him to continue. So yes, Sade and I are telling you to do the same because we don't want the business to just, you just suddenly just give up out of nowhere.
All right, all right.
So this has been a very good conversation. For those who don't know, surprise, surprise, this is like the first time we're speaking to each other.
Yes.
And, I think we had
Face to face.
face to face,
Video.
right? Face to face, right? And I think the chemistry was decent. For a
Huh?
first time, I think the podcast chemistry was decent. For a first time conversation, right? I think
Mm-hmm.
I should say so. That is testament to her kind of personality, and so you can easily do business with her. One last thing though, I like the shirt. I mean, do you sell the shirts as well?
No, we don't sell the shirt. This is just for branding purposes, like promotion, I mean, purposes and stuff like that. Like if I'm doing delivery or if I'm out and about and stuff like that.
All right.
So,
Yes, one final thing about that. Now that you mention it, branding purposes, having the shirt, investing in branding.
mhm.
Even if your business is small, I keep telling people, it doesn't mean that your standards cannot be high because she didn't have to get a shirt, for branding purposes, no?
Right.
But she decided to, take that to a next level and say, I'm taking this serious. You see, the thing is, when you appear serious about your business, even if people don't want your product or your service, they would at least respect what you're doing. And trust me, that goes a far way.
Right.
I do have an auntie that has a lot of dogs. I wonder if she knows about you. I might just make a recommendation, if she doesn't have somebody, like that already. Um,
Right.
Going back to what you said about the market, though. Yes, I was supposed to mention this before, but it slipped me. Yes, there are other people that are gonna probably come into the market, but
Mhm.
you are somewhat of a forerunner in this thing, somewhat. And you have the opportunity to influence as much people as possible. So you would be the benchmark on which the others would view their performance, and
All right.
that's a good position to be in because they would have to be really good, like really good. The competition would have to be really good in order to get you out,
All
and
right.
of course you're not going to let that happen. So yes, I always say the corporate world, the business world is war, and you're out there fighting the battlefield for customers to serve. And it can sometimes be very rough, but hey, stay the course.
Funny
Um,
enough,
yeah, go ahead.
sorry about that. Funny enough, you mentioned that, because when I initially started with you was my initial thought was my customers was gonna be in the age group of like more older folks in the uptown area, and those are who are going to market to my business. Mm-mm. It's young people who pet them pets and love them pets and stuff like that. And like that's what I'm saying is they are the one that surprised me. That even though I thought about the business and thought to create the business, they the customers when they come and they purchase from me and stuff like that, you're like surprised to yourself, like, whoa, look who you market to. You don't even know who you market to. Like, look who you promote. You're promoting a business for. You don't even notice that those are the people that you're gravitating to. Like, even though you say your dogs more inside and cats more outside, I have had a lot of cat purchases of pets.
Okay, that's great.
Yes. So people there love them pets. People there just prize them pets. Yeah, it's like surprising. But
Awesome.
yes, a good business. Trust me. Thank
So, people, if you are a pet lover, if you like dogs, if you like cats,
you.
you have to contact this person. The links to her social media will be in the description. This has been a really very good conversation. I thank you for coming. Do you have a final word of encouragement for those who might be listening?
Sure. First of all, when you decide to start a business, just start it. Don't worry about the capital. If you can buy one and two stuff, buy the one and two stuff, put on, promote, promote, nothing beat promoting. And then you go from there. Everything else will just come into play, everything else will just come after. But don't give up because no success comes overnight.
All right, awesome. Very, very good words of encouragement. As long as you remain consistent
Right.
and remain consistent, trust me. And of course, consistent in your operations, making changes as you go along and improving. Trust me, your business will not fail. Something ridiculous would have to happen for that business to fail. Anyway, this was a really good conversation. I really enjoyed it, and maybe one day we can
Well,
come back and you can give us an update on what is
an
going on.
update. Sure, no problem.
Right.
Yeah, man.
So, as I
I
said
too,
before, no, go
I
ahead.
too enjoy. Sorry about that. I keep interrupting you. I don't know.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
I too enjoyed this conversation, and I just thank you for even thinking about my small business. You didn't have to, and I like that you like the thought, the business itself, and everything. And I just want to thank you for even giving us this spotlight. And so on. So thank you.
All
And
right.
you are doing a good you're doing a good job too because I've viewed a couple of your podcasts. I'm not gonna lie, and I've seen where it is growing. It is coming on. Don't worry yourself.
All right. Thank you very much. That was very encouraging, and trust me, improvement. It should only get better from here. Trust me.
Right, right.
Trust me. I just have a few capital problems as well, but that's just a part of it.
Hey, everybody.
All right. So as I said, the links to her social media will be in the description, and of course, you know where to find me already. And if you have issues with the productivity of your business, or if you want some help with project management, you know who to call. One last plug. I do have a free ebook called Prioritizing Your Business Vision, Volume 1. Just send me an email. Just send an email to the email that will be in the description and express your interest in the book, and you'll get the book. It's just that easy, right? So until next time, this is the Business Motivation Podcast. I'm your host, Matthew Farquharson, the Business Motivator, and Sade Leird, who really just wanted to encourage you today. So until next time, we'll see you around. Peace out.
Thank you.